Welcome to this News 8 Throwback special, the Del Mar Racetrack Through the Decades. I'm Marcella Lee. When the track opened in 1937, founder Bing Crosby personally greeted guests at the gate. Ever since, the day at the races has been one of San Diego's most cherished summer traditions. Each summer from July through September, thoroughbreds thunder down the stretch as thousands of fans fill the grandstands to cheer them on and try their luck at the betting windows. And since the 1950s, News 8 cameras have been there to capture it all. The Hollywood stars, the fabulous hats, the beautiful horses, the big races, and the economic impact on our region. So join us now for a journey through the decades, from the 1950s through the 2000s, where the turf meets the surf at Del Mar.
Bing Crosby personally greeted the first fan ever through the gates at Del Mar, the year 1937, and from that moment on, the magic of Del Mar was off to the races. Seabiscuit and Ligarodi held their furious duel here in 1938. With a national radio audience listening, Seabiscuit won by a nose. But the real winner was the racetrack. Del Mar was now on the map.
They told me there was a profit in these places. You're dealing with long-shot Hardyman.
Oliver Hardy, Jimmy Durante, W.C. Fields, Mickey Rooney, and Red Skelton. Del Mar quickly established itself as a playground for the stars. Regulars included Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, who owned a horse that helped kick off Del Mar's new turf course in 1960.
It's Lava Flow and Amerigo's Fancy. It's Amerigo's Fancy and Lava Flow. Amerigo's Fancy and Lava Flow. They go down the line and finish. Amerigo's Fancy winning it on nose. Lava Flow is second the length.
Arnaz is just one of many famous stars owning horses that have run at Del Mar.
And Telly Spark was the winner by 3/4 of a length.
Telly Savalas visited the winner's circle during the height of his Kojak years, and singer Burt Bacharach had a #1 hit with a horse of his own.
Now it's Heartlight #1 in front, and Foggy Moon, Heartlight #1.
There's just something about Del Mar that's always made it different from every other track in the country. A cozy, laid-back feeling, family-friendly, and full of great memories. In fact, this is the spot where legendary jockey Bill Shoemaker rode for the very last time, September 10th, 1989.
And Bill Shoemaker, what a great finale for a fantastic rider.
In July 1957, Del Mar unveiled a first-of-its-kind safety feature, a new plastic rail installed around the racetrack. Crews worked around the clock to get the surface just right for the thoroughbreds before opening day. Another innovation, a $25,000 king-sized water truck. It carried 2,000 gallons of water and could cover a large section of the track in a single pass. The stars were also out at Del Mar. On Jimmy Durante Day in August 1958, our TV8 camera captured Hollywood royalty in the grandstands. Among them, Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, World War II hero turned actor Audie Murphy, singer-songwriter Hoagie Carmichael, Dennis Crosby, Bing Crosby's son, and his wife Pat Sheehan, plus screen star George Raft. And there's jockey Tony Dominguez sharing a moment with Jimmy Durante. 10 years later, in 1968, the famous faces were back in the stands on opening day. Jimmy Durante and his wife Margie Little, Desi Arnaz with Marine Sergeant and Medal of Honor winner Jimmy Howard, and actor George Jessel. Down the stretch they went. The first winner of the 42-day meet was 3-year-old Best Dancer. Strutting his stuff behind the scenes, 3-year-old Polax, winner of more than $160,000.
The Del Mar Expo is gone. The area where crafts were once sold now reveals stalls where winners will soon be saddled. You can smell the fresh paint, see the freshly manicured grass. The Del Mar racing season begins tomorrow. The track where the surf meets the turf awaits the crowds who will file through the gates for the 2 o'clock post time. More improvement marks Del Mar's 40th anniversary, and Ken Church is eager for the summer season to begin.
Some outstanding horses here at Del Mar this year. Crystal Water, just to name one, who is really making a strong bid for Horse of the Year honors, and he will race here in the Del Mar Handicap, and then following that event he will go back east to tangle with Forgo and Seattle Slough probably. And besides horses, of course, the jockeys, the top riders in the country, Lafitte Pinkai, Bill Shoemaker, Darryl McHarg, Fernando Toro, just to name a few of the very tops. And the product we feel is really excellent. And then there's the additions, too, to Del Mar this season. $2.1 million expansion to the grandstand area. It was previously very congested back there, but this year it will not be so. They've added some 60,000 square feet with double escalators on either side, and have improved the kitchen facilities, and just many other improvements also. And I think the fan, and especially the grandstand fan this year, is going to thoroughly enjoy the races with more room and more comfort.
The season is on, the season of thoroughbreds, the season of Del Mar racing, 43 days of win, place, and show. The people are just as interesting to watch as the finish line. With Turf Club, you get elegance. With Grandstand, you get comfort. With the ring of the bell, you get action. And with Charlie Whittingham, you get results. How many horses have you running this year?
I have 34 here at the present time, which is a limit here at Del Mar. We have a smaller stall capacity.
Can you give any of the Del Mar fans some tips today?
Well, today, I don't know. Today we have a pretty good chance. I do with the 3 horses I run, Stone Point, Pike Hall, and Yak Yak. So if one of the 3 can win, I'll be happy.
Whittingham's ponies came through today, as you'll see, with this stretch call of the 8th race by Harry Henson.
Mexican Music, 4th, racing in the middle of the track, and best exit. Now it's Stone Point in front of the rail by a head. Yak Yak is second on the outside by 3 lengths, and Mexican Music, Stone Point, Yak Yak, and Mexican Music, and Stone Point is the winner by a length and a half. Yak Yak second by 2 with Mexican Music, finishing 3rd.
Backtrack at Del Mar. The sweet smell of fresh hay, horseflesh, and liniment. These million-dollar babies are athletes in training, and at the dawn of a race day they are stretching and limbering, already running a race that begins long before the call to the post. By 4 in the morning, the thoroughbreds are up and fed. By 8, they're winding up the workout. And even on the practice field, the passion for the race is obvious. The rest of the day follows a ritual of rubbing down and cooling off, a mid-morning meal, and a routine marked more by discipline than glamour. It costs $15 a day just to feed a thoroughbred. The trainers affectionately complain that racehorses are the most pampered creatures on earth. And one of the stars in the spotlight today is a 2-year-old stallion named Friendly Chief. For him, today's routine is different, and though this will be only his 2nd race, he senses something's up.
Well, this horse went to the paddock this morning, and we school him in the stall and then walk him around the paddock because he's only been here 3 days and hasn't had much chance to see it. And then he goes to the track, and I just let him gallop out down the stretch enough to limber him up for today. He's physically ready to run. Mentally, not quite yet, but he's physically ready to run, and he just needs probably another race or 2 before being able to show his best.
The morning is the time for chores and stable business, new shoes and x-rays, mucking out the barns, and waiting out the heat of the day in cool, dark stalls. The backtrack encampment is a community of stable hands, their charges, their children, and the pets that make both humans and thoroughbreds feel more at home. But as the working day for most of the backtrack residents settles down to a lazy afternoon pace, the sporting spirit is infecting a crowd with money to spend on the fleeting fortunes of a horse race. And so Friendly Chief is readied for his moment in the spotlight, a journey into uncertainty for the young horse, his owner, and the gamblers who put money down on a 35-to-1 long shot.
7, 2, 8, 2, 9 twice, 9, 9 twice.
First to the receiving barn, where the challengers in the 3rd race are identified by their lip tattoos and given the official clearance to compete. And then to the paddock, where the high-strung animals pick up the scent of excitement from a crowd that's put hard, cold cash on the outcome of the race. None of these horses have ever won a race. They'll come back from this experience a little wiser in the ways of the racetrack world, but only one will come back a winner. And this was not to be the day for Friendly Chief. His jockey said he caught a cramp in the backstretch. His owner said he needs a little more race experience. He finished 2nd to last. And after a good dinner and a well-deserved rest, it will be business as usual. Backtrack. Carol Kendrick, News 8, Del Mar.
Today is opening day at the Del Mar racetrack. Now that may not be some big occasion to you, but just check and see how many people called in sick or how many folks went home early at the place where you work today. I mean, if we took this tripod, set the camera on it, and focused it at the entrance to the grandstand, you'd see more people covering up their faces and putting their coats over their head than you would if you were videotaping a mafia wedding. See, that's my problem. I've got to come up with some story or some angle for my boss so that I can be out here today. Well, I suppose I could give you a tour of the track. Right here, this is a picture of the late Bing Crosby standing next to Pat O'Brien on the first opening day at Del Mar 43 years ago. Luckily, Bing's former wife doesn't know about this picture. She might have auctioned it off. But instead of me telling you what a festive occasion opening day at Del Mar is, maybe we could talk to some of the early arrivals and see what they have to say about being here. Excuse me, sir, could you tell us what sir? Excuse me. How about you, sir? Could we interview you on TV just for a second? Well, I guess, boss, I might as well come clean. I'm just out here with the rest of the folks, ditching work. For News 8, I'm Larry Himmel, at play at Del Mar, where the surf meets the turf. It's the annual rite of a San Diego summer and a holy day of obligation in my religion. It's one of those got-to-be-there events.
There's nothing compares to Del Mar opening day. It's the best, absolute best. I look forward to this day all year long.
For fans, the wait is almost over. Think you could guess my weight within 3 pounds?
178.
Like this man a lot. It's the return of the sport of kings.
This is my floor right here, second floor grandstand. It's going to be a palace. Can't wait.
During racing season, it's easy to get swept away. In downtown, the search for that perfect opening day hat continues.
This is much nicer.
You know, with that one you get free HBO. Can I borrow your hat?
Yes, sir.
Okay. There we go. Now there. That says opening day. On this historic plot of earth, where surf meets up with turf, and Bing and his buddies came to play, women in designer vines and guys dressed to the nines are here to be seen on opening day. In the rarefied air above, you'll find the Turf Club, summer home of the very well-heeled, sporting plastic surgery from their docks and lots of Botox. Some have just had their faces peeled. In the crowd, you'll find all sorts, in T-shirts and in shorts. Infield dress code is come as you are. And when it comes to chapeaus, well, clearly anything goes. Some of these bonnets are way beyond bizarre. Hanging with your cronies and betting on the ponies, soaking up the sunshine and the suds, buying up tip sheet rags and checking out the nags, hoping that your best pick's not a dud. The throng can hardly wait as they're loaded in the gate. Then Trevor says, and away they go. As by the stands they fly, everyone's hopes are high, but soon you can kiss goodbye your dough. All this big-time summer fun has only just begun. Racing season is back once again. For thrills that can't be beat, just watch, bet, and repeat, followed by frequent trips to the ATM.
And there they are, tens of thousands of racing fans who wasted no time getting back into the mood and color that is Del Mar. And no one's happier to see them than Del Mar itself.
It certainly brings business to the area, the restaurants and the shops. And I think that certainly the pari-mutuel revenues which we receive from the Thoroughbred Club to the tune of about $500,000 doesn't hurt our operating budget at all.
Traffic gets a little heavy at times, but most merchants don't mind a bit. Certainly not at Heidi's liquor store, which sells racing forms and digests.
First of all, it means a lot more traffic out front. It means a lot more business in the area here, a lot more tourists, and basically just a lot more chaos.
But you look forward to it every year?
Yes.
Post time is 2 o'clock, and we usually do 90% of business until 2 o'clock anyhow, so we get a morning traffic. They read the forms here and everything. We're having a coffee and sit down and relax.
There's the roar from the crowd. The 86 Del Mar meet is underway.
Veteran horse players will tell you the first week is not the best time to bet. The horses are still getting used to the track, and the favorites often have trouble. But that doesn't discourage many people.
Today's my birthday. I'm 43 years old today, and I was born in 43, so I figured 4-3 has to be a winner.
Oh, I pick my names. If I like the name, I bet on it.
That's scientific.
Sometimes if they have a pretty color, then I might bet on them for their color.
You got a system picked out for today?
Yeah, hope and pray. A lot of that.
If the betting public is excited, Del Mar management is a bit concerned. At the Hollywood Park meet that just finished up in L.A., attendance was off 12%, and the amount of money bet was down 8%.
Well, I think we just have to look at the effect of the lottery is having on racing in this state. It's obviously taking away a lot of the disposable dollar. We've seen it in other states happen where the lotteries come in and the racetracks have been hurt.
Harper hopes that lower gas prices and continued growth in the North County will offset the lottery's impact on this 47th Del Mar season.
There's only one way to arrive at the Turf Club in style, by limo or by rolls.
We're in the money. We're in the money.
It seems the sun always shines on the kind of people you see in the Turf Club.
But it is a little slice of heaven, isn't it?
It's a wonderful slice of heaven. Opening day of Del Mar is always so exciting.
Yes, hats are where it's at, so to speak, for men as well as the ladies, and so are painted ties and jackets.
Well, I get to wear it on opening day, you know. It's the only time of year I can take it out of the closet.
There's a 2-year wait for Turf Club membership, and only the old members are guaranteed a table on opening day.
It's see and be seen rather than pay any attention to the horses mostly.
It's Burl Stiff's job to see who's here being seen, especially the Hollywood names.
It's not the way it used to be when the Hollywood colony was considerable, but Jackie Cooper and Martin Milner and Tim Conway are on hand. There's a story going around that Merv Griffin and Ava Gabor are supposed to be here, but nobody seems to be able to confirm that yet.
We confirmed it and found out about Ava Gabor's betting system.
Whichever jockey looks like he's wearing designer clothes, that's who she bets on.
No. If a horse is beautiful, that's what I bet on.
Del Mar resident Martin Milner is a little sad that they're going to tear down the grandstands and rebuild.
I hate to see it go, but I'm sure the new facility will be beautiful.
Beautiful seems to be the operative phrase here today.
Well, it's really true. All the beautiful people do show up for opening day at Del Mar.
And we actually saw some people watching the race. Chris Saunders, News 8, Del Mar.
The horses are off and running at the Del Mar track.
Opening day at the track.
Big winner, always.
And when the track closes, many racegoers are off and running to local businesses. Restaurants, shops, and hotels in the Del Mar Solana Beach area say they look forward to the racing season all year long. At the Fish Market restaurant across the street from the track, as many as 1,200 people come in to eat and drink a day.
This time of the year is definitely our busiest time for the next 7 weeks. We thrive off of the racing season.
Many of the customers are from out of town. This group is from a law firm in Irvine. Every year, they close the office and come to opening day at Del Mar.
We bring the secretaries down and staff, and we take some money out of the firm treasury and we spread it around, and everyone has a good time.
The Del Mar Hilton was built across the street from the track 3 years ago, in part to capitalize on the racing dollars. And the hotel management says people come here from all over. Some stay for a night or a weekend. Some stay for the entire racing season.
Like in Palm Springs in the wintertime, you know, that's their season. The summertime is our season here because of the racetrack.
The track also draws crowds to downtown Del Mar. People who work on Camino Del Mar say foot traffic increases during the racing season, and so do the sales.
They buy a lot of hats and dresses and summer clothes.
This is just the start of the racing season. There will be winners and losers in the next month and a half. The businesses hope they will be winners. Mitch Duncan, News 8.
Take a look. Can I have a smell?
Oh!
Oh, it's great.
Odd to smell a person's hat, but this was an enormous bouquet.
You tore up your garden this morning?
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
It's Hat Day at the Del Mar Fair.
Got Bing Crosby, Jimmy Durante, and Pat O'Brien at the very top.
Somebody should be singing from your hat here. And tapes to play Bing Crosby music. People in the newsroom said that my hat was boring. Because high camp or high hat, this day is a pageant.
I actually found it in Nice, France.
People will do anything to get dressed for
I
this
guess
day.
so. I guess so.
The people in my office thought my hat was boring.
Well, no, actually, I think it looks very comfortable. Practical.
Straw.
I just thought of it and decided this year I wanted to enter the contest, see if I could win.
Well, I certainly hope people at your workplace are rooting for you.
So do I.
We are from the same office.
Well, you look like my fair lady here.
I hope so. That was the whole thought.
You're breaking with tradition. Why are you not wearing a hat?
The men don't wear hats, do they?
And some don't need a hat to be noticed.
Okay, well, did you come here to look for famous people or what?
We come here every year. We were staying at their place down here, and we were here opening day in 1937.
To see the horses, yes, but also the hats, and everyone is judge and jury.
And by the way, Carol, your hat is boring.
Including the district attorney.
We may prosecute you for having a boring hat.
Tradition, ingenuity, and for one of us, a bad hat day. Carol Hassan, KFMB News 8.
Wow, what a trip down memory lane. It was especially heartwarming to see our late friend, colleague, and San Diego legend Larry Himmel enjoying one of his favorite places. If you're heading to the races this season, whether you win, place, or show, we wish you the best of luck where the turf meets the surf at Del Mar.